Hi guys, welcome back to the Review Podcast. I am your host kama kawaida, Rachel Anita, and today we are back on the financial lens like we never left. We are here with one of your most favorite voices. She is a force. She is the one person who does not joke when it comes to money matters. The one and only Jane Ndichu. Ebu, look at us, looking like money, looking like $1 million. Usalimia watu, tumekumiss.
Hi.
We have missed you.
Hi. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, Jane.
Hi guys. I'm so happy to be back here.
Yeah.
And thank you for having me.
It is nice. You know, the last time I had you here, it was in January. We were in the
last year.
I think, was it? I just know our episode aired in January, so we were in the thick of kupanga. You know, we all start the year with so much energy. So sai tuko katikati ya mwaka. Mi mwenye nishasahau what you told me. So I'm here for our refresher classes.
More reason why we need to charge these people for this content. Because now if you are forgetting, they are forgetting. You see now?
Kwanzia sasa muna subscribe na how much na tunataka in USD. Mujue. So it's always nice to have you. Can you tell guys, refresh the memory about what you do and yeah.
So guys, my name is Jane Ndichu and I'm a financial advisor. What I basically do is to help you guys with your money, to make sure that you don't only chase your money is actually making more money and giving you the lifestyle and the life that you really want.
That you want. Now, you know, we can't talk about, money here and there. We are living a good life. We are enjoying. There's one thing we always forget to talk about. The pressure of debt. The silent stress that loans are putting on us. There's so many women who are into so many loans these days. It's not chama ni kuna mshwari. There's a KC. There's like we have loans at our fingertips. At just a glance, tuchukue loan ama tusichukue loan, because mimi nataka loan.
Sasa loan ni lazima tuchukue because we have the good debts and the bad debts. So basically we cannot live without loans. They help you get what you really want, but earlier before you get there. So like you either save for what you want or you take a loan and pay it, so you like get to enjoy the luxury of something now, or you have to do the delayed gratification, wait for 10 years for you maybe to own that house or for you to buy that car. So sometimes because we don't have that patience for most of us, we choose the loan way. So we have the good and the bad debt. So this is something we have to do, but now the problem is now the other side of the bad debts. What is the reason why you are getting into these debts? And I think that's the conversation. That's the whole thing that we need to understand.
To me, all debt is bad. You're here telling me there's good debt, there's bad debt. Deni ni deni, na dawa deni ni kulipa, jamani. So, what's good debt? I want to understand that.
So good debts, these are debts that you take to grow yourself, or debts that are going to give you, maybe which are going to increase on your income or to increase on your wealth, or maybe to buy something that is going to bring you money in return. Those are good debts.
I was just smiling because I thought I can take a debt to go to the spa.
No.
It's building my mental health.
Actually, that's now the other debt. Bad debts. If you borrow money to spend it on something that is not going to bring you more money or build onto your wealth,
hear me out, Jane. If I borrow the money to go to the spa, then I will be relaxed. Then my body will feel better. Then I can work harder and get more money.
Anita, we had a conversation about the only way you pay yourself is by making your life more easier. And how do you make your life more easier? By making sure that you are creating some passive income or some investments for yourself. So if you're not setting your money aside for investment purposes to make you more money, you see the way I was telling you make money while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
That's not what taking care of yourself. The spa thing, that's a want. That's an expense. So if you borrow money for an expense, that's called living beyond your means, and that's a bad debt. Thank you.
Okay, so I feel so bad. You're always attacking me. No, you guys, she's here again. She's doing it again. But anyway, I love it. You're always raw and truthful, and that's what I love about you. So what's a telltale sign that someone is an my village people have come for me. I'm just going to say, what are the signs someone is in an unhealthy debt situation? And I thought that would be
I really love
easy to roll off the top. It's not.
Okay, so one of the biggest signs that you're in a very unhealthy debt situation is when you have to borrow money to pay other debts. So, for example, like you owe, maybe let's say Fuliza, Tala, Mshwari, and now you have to go to another, maybe owe cash to pay these other debts so that your limit can go up. You know, like you're just borrowing to make sure that you're making more money at the end of the day, like you're growing your limit. That's one of the signs. The second sign, when you get to a point where you're spending your salary in advance, or you're asking maybe for salary advance, because you have that, you have some debts that you have to pay, it's getting unhealthy. And at that particular point, you need to ask for help. Because now it's going to get you to a point where debt recovery can even take 2 years. I've seen people who take even 5 years before they get out of debt and they say they are debt free. So the whole thing, if you find yourself in a situation where you're borrowing one debt to pay others, call for help.
What if I'm borrowing one big debt to settle 10 small so that I can only have one big one to deal with? Isn't that like proper financial management? Because I'm managing, instead of 10 people calling me, I only have one.
Actually, that is one of the methods of paying off your debts.
Oh, really?
We have like different methods. We have 2 main ones that most people use. One of the method is where you like identify like the smallest loans that you have, and then you start with those ones. So they give you the motivation to go to the highest ones that you are really owing. And then the second one is that one where you debt consolidate. It's actually called debt consolidation. So at this particular point is where you go maybe to your circle, which is more affordable loan than maybe what the mobile loans. They are quite expensive. So you go and get a bigger loan, pay off this Fuliza, Tala and the other expensive loans, and now you have one repayment plan. But if your idea is to borrow that one big loan, because they are not going to get to your maybe people, maybe your guarantors or something, like you are running away, you are not willing to pay that big loan, that's also like a debt cycle. You're just borrowing to one loan to pay the other.
But I feel like we've really normalized this thing, because like you said, debts are literally at our fingertips. Nikifungua tu simu, hata before anything, hata mtu ako kamiti, you just send me, do you want 50,000, 100,000? And Anita is feeling like eating KFC. Maybe I just wanted KFC at 350, but now you're offering me 50,000. So what should I do to hold back myself from taking the 50K? Because, you know, money is at hand.
So one of the things around debt management, which is the biggest problem, most of the time we find ourselves in that situation because we have very bad financial habits. So the first thing that you need to work on is the first thing there. Like, how is your relationship with money? When you receive your money, what is the first thing that you do? Do you have a budget? Where does your money go to? Most of us, because you have maybe a stable source of income, or maybe you believe in yourself, like we came from a system where we are shown how to believe ourselves. So we have built this kind of a belief system where Anita knows that I can never be poor. I will wake up, as long as I'm alive, I'm going to try. So every time is a situation where you don't want to have a money conversation and know maybe how much you're earning. So for you to really make sure that you're getting the right debts, and to make sure that you don't get to that point of borrowing and getting tempted, you need to work on your financial habits. This is where you make sure you have a good budget. A good budget means a workable one that has a places for your expenses. I think I even mentioned in the other episode. And then a place where you pay yourself first. So at this particular point, what will you be needing the money for? So even if they give you those tempting messages, I can give you 1 million to do what, it's not in your financial goals. It's not in your financial plan. So you'll not have the need to look into it. So the first thing, work on that. Those financial habits, yes.
So Jane, should we pay debts or build our savings or invest? Which one are we doing? Because pesa ni ile tuko tu na 100,000.
So first of all, paying debt is non-negotiable. You borrowed, you should pay.
But But if I pay all the debts, I won't have anything to eat.
Now that's where we come in.
Okay.
We have something we call a debt repayment plan. So this is where we analyze the situation. Anita is earning 100,000 per month. Anita lives in a house where they are paying rent of 25,000. They need maybe to have this amount of money for the living expenses. What is remaining? That one can go to our debt repayment. As I said, getting out of debt can take 1 year, can take 2 years, can take 3 years, can be 5 years. Some people are even in debts where they will take even 10 years before they recover. Because one of the things, if you don't save and invest while you're paying your debts, chances are you're going to get there. Because one of the reasons why most of us are in debt is because we did not have enough money to sort our living expenses.
Yeah.
Or maybe we had an emergency, meaning we did not have an emergency fund. So that's why we went to borrow. So at the same time, the first thing, you need to have a savings going on for your emergencies as you're trying to get out of debt. And if you get yourself in that situation, negotiate with these people.
We can negotiate.
Yeah. They know that you can run away. They know that you can run
Jen,
away.
Let me tell you something. As someone, I have ever had auctioneer. I think I said this even the other time. I made a bad financial decision. The auctioneers came. They were at my door. They were, I don't think those people understand. Your time, hakuna kweli. Ni, what do you have? Laptop, TV, everyone out. Wewe mwenyewe unasimamishwa. You're shaking. They literally shake you out. So how, you mean we can negotiate?
You can negotiate. The problem is, you see, like, by the time you get to that point where they are coming for your thing, they're doing the possessing kind of a situation. One of the things, you have defaulted. So one thing about
it's hard.
These loans, you don't need to default. You know, you don't, and if they are secured loans, kwanza the secured one, those ones are going to take away everything. That's why we have the auctioneers and everything. Face your fears. I always say don't run from it. What can be salvaged, sort it. Start maybe with the high pressure loans, like whatever you have, the secured loan and such things. Best believe, coming up with a debt repayment plan is the only thing.
That's the only solution now.
Only solution.
What if I fake my debt? Because Rachel and Anita can there are things. There are things
how
which
low
are
can
hard.
you go? And first of all, let me now bring you to perspective. If you're used to a toxic thing and you know how to handle it, even if you're able to just bury that, most of the time, because you never worked on it, it is going to just come back and affect
somewhere
the other.
else,
So even if you fake your death, it means the life that you're going to start from scratch will still have debts. How many debts can you fake?
Okay. We are not faking our debts. We are facing our fears. The only way to get through it is just to go through it.
Exactly.
Many times when people have debts, they tend to keep it a secret. Because it's a very shame on you. Like, ulijipata hapo aje, you know, like you see, there are people who are like, I will never be broke. You know, you believe it in your system. You think money just... There are people who believe money comes to me. I am, I have this thing with money. If I miss it, it will come. Then you find yourself in a situation. One, like, there's the most relatable one, maybe to me, is that you're always one health bill away from poverty. Yes, you can have that insurance, but sometimes it can stretch you thin. You get there. Now we are here. Why do I feel ashamed to say I have a debt? Can you help me out? So, if you find yourself that you're ashamed of the situation that you're in, you're not ready to change it. So I'm going to tell you, for the clients that I have worked with on their debt repayment and debt management sessions, one of the things that I require them to do is first communicate that they're in a financial crisis. And that's because Anita, the moment that you tell yourself you're beautiful, nothing comes in between there. I know, girl. But the same thing happens. If you tell yourself you're not beautiful, no matter how many compliments you get from other people, it doesn't matter. So it starts from within. And I feel like if you are struggling to tell other people that, no, I cannot come to your baby shower because I don't have 5,000 right now, I'm in a financial crisis. One of the things, no one is asking you to tell us you're in debts. Just say you're in a there are better terms. There are better terms to that, better.
So the first thing is for you to accept. Acceptance is the first thing. So the moment you build that and change your mindset towards, like, now I'm in this situation, but I want to get out of it, so I accept. And and now try to work on it. The rest of how other people perceive you, it's not a problem. But if you keep on, like you see, it means that you have not accepted and you're not willing to change. That's the problem.
But I feel like people actually change how they view you. Okay, I understand. You've just said we shouldn't care, but let's just say you're in a family setting. Usually mwenye ako na pesa, mwenye anaendesha gari ndo atasema tunakula nini sapa. Hata kama you are the firstborn, if you don't have money in your pocket, it's like money respects. They are equally, what's the term for that? You know, I am in a state, now I am here, host of Rare View. Alafu mnanipata na changa pale nje.
So one of the things...
It sucks. I don't know, because it takes a really emotional toll on someone.
Yeah, I know. But now, Anita, how I asked we go back to the whole point.
Yeah.
If we don't accept that we're in this debt crisis, and we continue living the life that we are living with a shame, it's not going to change anything about it. You will continue draining in the same cycle. And I'm going to give you let me be vulnerable for a moment.
Please,
let me give you an example. Like when I first got my first car, I got it on credit. I actually got it on credit, and it really got a toll on me because I was just 22 years.
Oh, wow.
22, 23 years.
But you have received
So I did not know that when you buy when you take like a big investment like that, and then you move neighborhood because now you need parking and the other thing, it's going to really affect you financially, or it's really going to affect you. And now you need to communicate some of these things. Yeah. But one thing that my financial advisor talked to me is, if you continue with the same thing, it will eventually come out. How many people have been declared bankrupt to your face? So it's better I communicate that I'm not in a position to take this and this and work it on the back door before, Anita, we hear that you were chased from your apartment. Now that one will be even more
embarrassing.
Exactly. And I feel like financial matters are quite sensitive and they're very close to our hearts and personal. And I feel the way we deal with our money is quite like personal, and I have seen it. But the way you treat your personal thing, try to treat it the same way, but don't pick things that you cannot be for just a class. People don't care. And I think I told you that last time. People don't care. Thank you. People are going to ask you, why did you take loans? Why did you take loans?
That's true.
And you're like, but I took loans to educate you. Like, kid, you cannot understand that, They're like, why didn't you have the money in the first place? And why couldn't you find maybe a better school?
Yeah, for me.
So sometimes it's more like you need to just work on, I remember someone was telling me, jipende
kidogo, I love jipende, but tunajipenda mpaka tunachukua loans hatuwezani nazo, because but I think now that we are talking about it, I feel like the biggest, like the parasite and all this is the need to always feel validated by other people. True. We feel like, you know what, I have, like in your case, I have a car, I have a house, I have, unaamini niko nayo, but uko nyuma kume ni loans zinakukanganya left, right and center.
Exactly. And it's that the small miscalculation, but let me tell you the better side of the whole thing.
Yeah.
The moment you just accept and you change that, it starts here. Money mindset is just a whole conversation. It just starts here. The same way you work on other things and you start with your mindset and everything else, it just starts here. The moment it click your head, that the moment you have control of your finances, you gain freedom.
Yeah.
Nothing stops you, Anita. You don't actually even care what are going to.
Like,
what are you saying, guys?
It's just for a while.
My goal is on the next car that I'm going to get on cash. It's not on this one that you think is on credit. Guys, I'm working on the situation.
But so see
the bigger picture,
bigger picture. Back to good debt, because I've had this conversation with someone. Someone would say, like, if you buy, let's say, a house, it's a liability. You buy it cash versus buying it on mortgage. They say if you buy it on mortgage, you can at least take that money, put it in another venture that will give you more money over the same number of years
time, yeah.
than just putting, it's like dead, what's the word for that? Dead stock? I don't know.
It's actually assets which are non-income generating
What's
assets.
your take on that? Is that a good debt in this case? Because we have the money. I have, let's say a mansion goes for like 20 million. I have the 20 million. Would I rather take a mortgage or invest that 20 million?
First of all, I have reservations around mortgages, and I think my clients already know that.
Yeah.
If you follow me, you already know that, because there's no way I'm going to get a house that cost around 9.5 million, and within 15 years of paying the mortgage, the house is 50 million. I have paid 50 million. The math is not mathing.
It's not mathing.
We have other options of credit where you can do the home ownership.
Yeah.
Like you can get into a circle.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Save like 3 million. They do like times 3. That's 9 million. You have your house.
Yeah.
Pay off in like 5 years. The whole point around getting your debts is making sure that, one, the affordability. Can you be able to sustain that debt to the end of the period, right? The second thing is the need. If you're in a place where maybe you're a parent and you have kids, a house is a non-negotiable.
Yeah,
even if it is not an income generating, you need to house your kids.
Yes.
And if in a financial position where you can afford a house, you better take that opportunity right now. Don't wait until retirement.
You have no idea what will happen then.
Our whole point is now to look at the less expensive or more affordable credit or options that you have. But if you are younger, I would suggest you take the credit. If you are older, like you're 50 years, don't get a mortgage, don't get a loan. Take the 20 million, let us invest. I'm hoping that you have some money for pension. That one will create a passive income. So also the stage you are in and your age is a whole determinant of, should I do cash? Should I do credit? Also, like your income levels, should I do cash? Should I do credit? Like there's so many factors around it. You cannot just pick and say, no, people should not take mortgages or take loans. We need to know, because there's people who work with banks and then they get like 4% for their mortgage. I'm going to get the mortgage at 4%, not the SACCO at 12%. But me and you, maybe we are getting at 16, 19%. So it doesn't make financial sense. What I'm trying to say, before you make a financial decision, make sure that you are well versed with the knowledge around the whole point or the whole decision you want to take.
And we can call you for that.
Thank you.
How awesome is that? So,
thank you.
In your experience, do you feel like women tend to take more loans based off either necessity or people-pleasing tendencies? Do we do that as compared to men?
Actually, I think men do that, do have many loans.
Really?
Than women.
You think so?
Yes.
Why am I surprised?
Statistically, men do, because men have a lot of responsibilities. Like, in a nutshell, a man's money is our money. Even in the society, even me as a financial advisor, if I'm going for a sit-up or for a session with a man, I don't pay bills. But if I go with Anita, most of the time you're going to look at each other and I feel like, take the bill, because, but for a man, most of the time, people just expect you to spend. So most men are in debt. But now, funny thing about women in debt, we borrow because of other people. Women have a soft spot of having their life all together and living within their means and managing their money better. But when it comes to other people, they will take a loan for their husband, they will take a loan for their mother, they will take a loan for their toxic sister. They're going to do it for everyone else because we have that soft spot of we are trying to save the whole community. Yeah, that is the saddest part of it.
I agree.
You agree? You feel it?
I think I've done the same. I think I have done the same over and over. Like, I don't think...
I know.
And I don't know why. I don't know if it's a physical or mental thing God gave us, deformation. Because you can't. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but I cannot see my friend suffering and niko na fuliza limit ya 2K. Tuko na 2K. We have 2K together.
You can borrow. Yeah, I think women just have that soft spot around wanting to save the whole
world. And how would you advise that woman, being me here? I'm being advised. How would you advise me?
Having very strict boundaries.
It's so hard.
Start from the first thing. Anita, let me tell you, if you have strict boundaries and know what you want your money to do for you, you are going to sacrifice anything else. One of the things that I tell my clients, if you want the change, you have to adjust something, and there's something that you're going to adjust. It's not like you're a bad person. You picking the black tax and doing all the other things that you want to do as a woman, we will do them, but this time we are doing them on a budget, because as I told you, the more you like fix yourself in a place where you're used to these things, this toxic environment of you have to borrow to please other people, to help and save other people, it's going to continue, and it's getting you in a messy situation. And let me tell you, one of the thing, women are my best clients, because the moment they realize that and we switch that, women are the best investors.
Yeah.
Women are the best money managers. So the whole point is to just know what you want your money to do and have strict boundaries around it. Yeah. And I know we can, because we do. We do.
I'm just still there, because I remember there was a time I took a loan and I felt so bad about it, because I feel the other thing is we've grown up knowing we have to be good girls. That good girl, I hate it. I said I'm retiring strong girl and good girl this year. Sisi, we are bad girl like Mili. Utupate huko, we are bad girls. So let me just also be vulnerable. My mom was sick last year. I was in the hospital with her. Then an auntie calls. Remember, you're seeing the situation. I'm already burdened. Then she's like, Aki, mtoto wangu hajaenda shule, si unitumie. Nikamuuliza tu, ni pesa ngapi? 5K. I went to my phone, to M-Pesa app, to M-Shwari, took the loan, sent the money. I'm just wondering, why did I do that? Like, I don't understand. Why?
It's just like you want to save other people, you just want to have to just restore order, to make sure that everyone else is happy. But now I always say, if it is at your expense, how much can you be able to take? And there's something I want people to learn, that, and I think I have said it, no one cares. And the moment you help people, they're allowed to actually disrespect you, because they never asked for the help. You're the one who sent yourself to help them. Believe you me, people have options. Anita,
they
people
do
have
options. They really.
If today I ask you for 10K, I already know who is the next person if you don't have. So even that ad, they knew who
the
they asked
person
the
who
5K.
doesn't have options.
Even you, if you sit down and you call your friend and you ask him for 5,000, they say no. You already know. Should I go to M-Shwari? Should I go to?
That's the okay, for me personally, that's the, I don't know what to call it. It's like a puzzle. People can come ask me, but it's so hard for me to ask someone for help on any ground, not only just financial. Anyway, that's me and that's for me and my therapist to talk about.
Though, yeah.
we shall get into that. So what do you advise these women? How do we get out of that? Apart from setting boundaries, what are some tiny, because setting boundaries, it's really hard. We talk about it, it's easier said than done, but what are the small practical steps that will get us there?
So one of the things you need to do around money and around your relationship with money, as I said, is to give it the purpose. What do you really want, Anita? And if you know that your 100,000 is going to give you that car that you have been eyeing for, the BMW X6, the whatever mansion you have been looking at, the discipline and the focus will be changed to that side of the financial goals. Most of the time, we really know what we want and wish for it, but it's always a dream on paper, but we have not practically gotten there. So you will find, and women are just good human beings. Have you ever thought of how a woman is going to just switch into motherhood from a lady who was just sleeping for, 12 hours to a lady who is sleeping for 1 hour with a husband? You're welcome. So if you can be able to switch to that, that's the whole thing.
We can
you
do
just
it.
need to look for a higher purpose and a higher reason why you need this. How bad do you need this financial freedom? How bad, Anita? What does it mean for you to budget every month? What does it mean for you to have those financial goals achieved? What does it mean to you for savings and investment? what is that going to look like? Anita at 40, Anita at 50, Anita at 60. Have that picture in mind. Best believe the whole mindset and the whole concentration is going to go that direction.
Wow.
And I have given you a practical example of how we switch.
Yeah,
we're just amazing superhuman beings.
I don't know how we do it, but it just clicks.
Yes.
Like I think that motherhood example, people always take pregnancies for granted. Like you get pregnant, like, you know what, the baby will come, him too. But once you hold that baby, I think
something that's
just...
So you will just do that to your finances.
Yeah. Which makes me think, now that, let's say I'm a liberated woman, now I am baptized, I'm new, I'm all that. Then my friend comes and asks me to be their guarantor for their debt. How do I ensure that me, myself, by being a guarantor, because it means I will take up that loan if that person does not pay it up, how do I safeguard myself in this situation?
So I'm going to give a common structure of how you guarantee people loans. So if you want me to guarantee you a loan, one, I have to know why are you taking that loan. And you remember what we said about good and bad debts? Bad debts are not paid because they are not coming back.
Yes.
Good debts are paid because we have an income that is coming on it. So if this person is borrowing 1 million to pay their rent or to pay for a wedding, best believe, even if I guarantee because I want that relationship to stick, I'm guaranteeing money that I can lose, or money that is in my emergency fund, money that I know I can be able to pay in the cost of friendship. But if it's a person who we don't have a relationship outside the money, the circle situation, I'm going to tell them, you know what, my limit is over and above. Right now, I cannot be able to guarantee. So ask the right question. What do you want to do with the loan? If they want to keep it secret, then I cannot be your guarantor. Yeah. Why should I guarantee you and I don't know how you want to spend this money? So you need to understand what are you doing with that money. And I think these are the things that, we just normalize. We just normalize people really taking advantage of us to a point like you don't want to lose that. They are not
you don't want to lose
you don't want to lose them. But they are not the
but
thing.
What is it costing you?
Yeah. So if you don't tell me why you are borrowing,
I feel like I've not been asking those questions.
And ask them, how are you willing to pay off this loan? Where are you going to get the money?
If you don't,
if they're not employed, why are you even? You're not employed, so you want me to pay the loan for you? In short, you're borrowing me. So you're just. I'm not saying that you should not guarantee, because one day you will also need a loan, and you will want someone to guarantee you. But I'm saying, weigh the risk. And then ask yourself, is this within my risk profile?
Yeah.
Then accept or decline.
Okay. Again, a very nice and strong boundary right there. I really want us to set in this good debt. Now, you said when you take a debt to like build a business or something, like with the money guaranteed back, it is a good debt. Now, do you know why auctioneers were? You've not even asked me, Anita, why were auctioneers at your place?
Coming at your place, yeah.
So I took this debt. Okay. Me and someone took this debt. About 2 million shillings. And I think we were 24 at that time. I was 24. And again, why do these people give us? Mbona mnatupea deni? Aki me, by the way, that's the other thing. Why are you giving us?
You can afford.
I can't.
Yes.
Why are you giving us? Every time I hear that, it's called that credit, whatever, inaanza na M inaisha na I. I just fear. Nikiwasikia. So we took this loan, about 2 million, set up a business. We had done all the research. We were like, this will happen, because we had done like businesses for a couple of years before then, I think about 5. So, wow. Took a set, took a buy veto, hired staff, did promotions, did flyers. We're in the age of flyers 6 years ago. Social media wasn't as, okay, maybe. Did all those. Hey, unadhani clients walikuja?
Hawakukuja.
Nilikuwa nalia nikitoa bubbles kwa mapua kwa choo. So that's how I ended up. So if there's another woman like me who took a loan for business, how do we guarantee that because the world is very COVID happened. You took a loan in December. January, COVID. What happens? Because not all of us really want to be in that situation. But here we are.
First of all, a good financial advisor or financial expert will tell you, never take a loan to start a new business.
Hey.
We take loans to actually grow an existing business model.
So that was like my first mistake.
We don't take loans to start because it's a high risk venture. Business is not a low risk investment. It's a high risk. And that's why business is going to give you a higher return on investment as compared maybe to a money market fund, maybe government bonds. You can make more money in the business. But now, if you're getting higher returns, that means you are risking higher. So we don't get debt for new businesses. We do get debt for an existing business model. And one of the things, if you decide to say, maybe I'm a high risk investor, because we have people who are high risk investor. Yeah. If you're a high risk investor, have an exit plan. Have an exit plan.
To the in business, your business or
model,
to the debt?
In your business model, have room.
Okay.
And have a plan on what if the business fails. You should be able to accommodate that financially.
Wow.
If you decide to take the high risk route.
But you see, when we're in that moment, we are very excited. We are very, like, it's all, I know this thing can work. They are telling, I know I can bet you in 6 months, I would have 200% of this money. You're so sure. No one builds a business with the hope that it will fail. No, you don't wake up saying, I'm failing today.
True.
So
true. That's why business consultation is quite important. When you said you did your research, did you do your research with a business consultant? Did you have a financial advisor in it?
I was 24, girl.
Okay.
I did online.
It's allowed to make mistakes when you're young, but now we know better.
Yeah, now we know better.
Yes. If you go the highway, I want the high risk, Jane, because God is my provider,
He is.
You cannot limit
and He
God.
will sustain me. Hallelujah. Amen.
If you take the highway, make sure that you have an exit plan to it. Just have to have a backup plan. I always tell a person, if you're starting a business and you're taking the loan option, which is a high risk, have at least 12 months worth of your emergency fund. Don't be expecting, at least you give your business a breather.
Yeah.
There's something called a breather. So if I get into a business and 2 months, 3 months, I'm struggling to pay rent, I can close that, sell maybe the small stock that I have, and maybe start something else because I have 12 months worth of an emergency fund. That's what I'm saying, the exit plan, the caution.
But let me tell you what happened to me after now we got out of all that and, finally found my footing. I think it took a year or two to get out of that loan. Because, hata before I forget this, I'm so sorry for going in circles. Tell us about these people. You take a loan. You're told, umechukua milioni mbili. By the time you pay, it will be 3.5. You're like, what the hell? I'm a good girl. Mi najituma, I can do this. Let me tell you, Jane, we ended up paying 7 million. Let me tell you, Jane, we defaulted, I think, 1 or 2 months. The next thing you know, they have added that one plus this one plus this. Can you tell people about reading the fine? That thin line, we don't read it. And I felt so bad because I'm those people who, if I trust you, Jane, if you tell me, Anita, I have this product for you, I'll be like, yeah, Jane is my friend. Let me just, Jane tulisoma, si tuko sawa. Please tell them, because me nikikumbuka hiyo kitu munipe tu tissue.
I'm sorry for the experience though, but this is something quite common. I don't even want to I already know the institution and I'm gonna call them because banks hate seeing me.
Yeah.
One of the things that I'm gonna tell you guys, these people in business, they're not here to help you.
But they make it seem like they are here to help you.
No, they are here in business. So one of the things, when you're in business, one person is going to lose. Either someone is going to negotiate, under-negotiate, or over-negotiate. So make sure that you're always on the upper side. Be on the winning side. So anyone who is giving you credit and mostly secured. You see these secured loans, they're going to make sure that you don't pay off. So that they come for that car.
Yeah.
They want to come for that house because it's quite more than what they will have, So one of the things, as you're reading the fine prints, as I said, before you take any loan, have the exit plan, have the what ifs in place. And people will tell me, Jen, we are Christians, why are you being negative?
God, yeah.
But I'm here telling them we are Christian, but we are not being negative. We are just being wise, and God loves people who are wise. So please
be wise.
As you're reading the fine print, make sure you ask the right question. And I think this is the thing most Kenyans will skip: due diligence.
Yeah.
Because my mama is in it, because my auntie is in it, because my friend, because it's Jen, because this one is...
Kwanza because it's Jen. Because
do your due diligence.
Yeah,
we in this Nairobi for money, so everyone is after money.
That's true. We are all after money. One of the things I was saying, how one of the things that came to me after that, one, Aki loans, unless it's extremely necessary, or I don't play with big loans. Acha nicheze hapa mshwari, maybe nikienda mbali, which I know is expensive, but I would rather have a loan that I know I can fix. Two, I became an oversaver. I think the year after that, I could barely even take myself nowhere. I was just saving money. I was hoarding money, like if it ever gets me again. So for the woman like me who went through that and came out the other side, what are some money habits I need to relearn to make better? Because I know that's also not a good thing. Saving, okay, it's a weird line, but saving all your money is not the best. You need to invest that money, not just save that money.
True. Yeah. So first of all, the moment you go, like any other thing, the moment you go through something that actually leave you traumatized, there's the process of making sure that you forgive yourself, heal, and move from that situation. So the same applies when you're disappointed, even in a work environment, in a career, in a marriage, in other things. So the same thing that you would do, the same process of forgiving Anita for being Anita and just falling in a situation where they could not be able to save themselves, take that as a learning point. Because one of the things, deaths is one of the ways of getting the life that you want. They only need you to have a good structure and make sure that you can be able to get yourself through, have that plan of how you can be able to get out there. But baby steps. I'm not telling you to heal and come, no. Baby steps. So the same way you said, I know like there are people who are even... they don't want even to invest because you don't want to put that money away.
Let me have my money.
You just want to see your money there.
Let me tell you, I went and opened, I think, 2 circles after that. I am in a teacher circle and steamer circle. Nilisave, let me tell you, nilisave. Apart from black tax, which is, I'll get over it at some point. Nilisave like a mad woman. It got to X amount. I was like, now I can think about it. And even today, even if you tell me, Siji, take this money from,
still thinking about it. Yeah. But somehow you're still investing your money somewhere.
Yeah, of course I am. It's
maybe it's only that you feel the security around there.
Yes, the security of this is here. Yeah, if all this collapse, this is here.
But I'm gonna tell you another thing. If you're so good with the delayed gratification, which is the option that most people who don't have that, they take the loan option. If you're too good with that, you can still be able to achieve your goals through savings and investment and making sure your money multiplies. Not every person actually is a loan person. I say not everyone will take a loan.
Honestly,
so if you're not there yet financially, don't force it that everyone is in a circle to get you can be able to get where you are. The whole point is it's going to take a longer period of time than it would have taken you with maybe loans and everything else. But if you're that person who is okay with the delayed gratification, the whole point and the goal is financial freedom. How we get there doesn't matter. There are so many routes into it because we are different people, different personalities, different grounds, and different traumatic experience. So we cannot like have the highway, all of us. We just have to. Yes.
Oh, wow. So what's your take on like having an accountability partner? What's a way to track your debts, repayments, such things? How do we, even some people have even gone to therapy because of this. How do we get there? What are practical steps?
So one of the things, having someone who holds you down is quite very important because it means they'll keep you in check. But you also need to make sure that you have a person who is giving you the right information. And this is why I always say, if you're in a problem, look for an expert. it's
Always
actually
look
less
for an expert,
expensive than doing it maybe your own way or with someone who doesn't even understand, or someone who even is in the same situation. So you guys are there, two of you with the same problems, trying to help each other.
Blind leading the blind.
Exactly. So this is where now we come in as financial experts. You can have a financial advisor as your accountability partner. So what we are going to do in this session, we are going to identify first, what is the problem? How did you get yourself there? How did you get into these debts? Two, we are going to gauge, can your budget really accommodate you paying off this loan? And then we are going to choose which debt repayment method are we going to settle for. I mentioned the two, there are actually three. Most common one is the two of them. And then once we identify that plan, now we will have regular sessions to make sure that Anita is not weighed, because financial discipline is the hardest thing.
It is. Let me tell you, it is. And being someone who has been disciplined and indisciplined, I feel like currently I'm in my indisciplined era. Because sometimes life can throw very crazy balls at you. I would say for me, before last year, I was very saving. Oh, see it in the hey, don't get it twisted. My savings are in check. Don't get that twisted. But then I lost someone really important. I lost my mom. Then after that, I was like, hey, say life. Situkule tuishe Jane. Situkule. We are here for a short while. So I don't know if it's a traumatic, if it's because of that experience that I've become really easy this day.
You just
and I'm feeling so bad about it, because I feel like I was a better financial planner before. I don't know how to get out of that, because right now I'm really stuck in
that cycle. So one of the things, we are human beings. We are not superpowers. And I tell people there's room to breathe. There's room for mistakes. So the whole point is making sure that by the time you're breathing and taking everything else and the decisions that you're making, they are not building up into a bigger problem. So this time that you're taking to heal from everything, to move from everything, because we are human, we are weak human beings. We need to really have that time, you know. So we cannot assume a picture perfect. That's why in financial freedom, we have something that we call miscellaneous. We have something we call emergency fund.
You know,
because we know these things are going to come on the way, but don't take a lot of time, because it might cost you. I always say the more you postpone on something that you need to handle, the more it piles up, and it means that you're going to have a bigger problem to deal with. But it's okay. It's okay to grieve. It's actually okay to go through a season where you don't want to look at your money, to look at your finances.
It's okay for me to blow my money. No! That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Girl.
That's what I heard.
You're just a girl, so.
I'm just a girl.
I can just see that. But I mean, don't take a lot of time in that situation that can lead now to bigger problems. We don't want that girl to be a girl in a financial mess. So don't get yourself
I get
there.
it. I get it. I totally understand. I know I have my limits. Like I said, my savings, I'll be damned before they're touched. I'll be damned. Yeah. So we've talked about healing, all that, and all that. Okay, I've forgotten what I was going to say. Yeah, I was going to speak about chamas. What's your take on chamas? And this, I feel like I'm going to say a very wrong thing. Let me hold myself, because we live in communities, and communities, like having chamas help us build each other and grow each other.
So one of the things, some of the things that we keep on doing, they are for our social benefit, you know, and we can, as I said, we are human beings. We are not superpowers. We need certain setups to actually survive in. But these days, what we are doing with our chamas, we are not just holding that money for the merry-go-round. We can actually invest this money maybe in a bare minimum investment like money market fund. And then at the end of the year, the 1 million has grown to maybe 100K. And we decide, you know what, girls? Why can't we go to Nanyuki and have a kambuzi there and have fun? And now so the social thing is going to grow, and now you will start having conversation of how can we make this money merry-go-round situation be something that we can build up in. And let me surprise you. In this Nairobi, most of the entities that you hear, this is owned by a group of people. It started as a chama.
Really?
Yes. 3 brothers, 3 cousins, 3 uncles, 3 people who went to school together. And I actually have an active investment chama that actually is doing so well. And we are actually investing in land because of where I come from, guys.
You have to have land.
So it's something you can grow. And this is why we are saying we're in a modern world. Thank God for education. Thank God for technology. Because these days we can make better decisions in the same similar traditional setup of the chamas and everything else, but now with better informed decisions that are going to make us more money. So yes, chamas are viable. But the merry-go-round one,
I don't like merry. You know, I was going, there's a time, I'm sorry, my sister, for mentioning you. My sister told me, I should join America. I was like, okay, what exactly are you doing? If there's one thing for me, I would rather know, fine, my money is in the bank, it's in the bank, it's doing nothing, it's over there. But we are here, 5 women, nitoe futano, upewe 20.
It's just a delayed way of spending. But so I don't spend my 5,000, I'll spend it in December. So it's just a delayed way of spending.
For me, I feel like if you're removing money, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it has to bring back something. Hata kama ni 2 shillings, hata kama ni 5, it doesn't have to be like a massive amount. But I feel like every coin that you nimekuwa financial advisor. Hebu mniwekee camera. Every coin that you like goes somewhere. If it's not paying bills, if it's not, it should bring back something.
Exactly.
I'm overthinking of
actually that's the whole structure. So even if you'd be in that chama, there's so many models of making, even table banking.
Exactly.
You're going to get the interest and be able to do more on it. But for social reasons, some of us are stuck in the merry-go-round because now we are cousins. Now, what is going to happen if I tell them, now you know what, cousins,
I have
2,000, but because I want this family thing to continue, I'm going to do the 2,000 for social. So you also like identify how much can you be able to let go as money that is subject to inflation and other things, because as I said, we are human beings and we need the social relationship.
We do.
There's no picture perfect to financial freedom, so we have to live. But you also now have to gauge the risk. How much can you cannot be putting aside 100,000 in a chama like without interest. It doesn't make, but you can put maybe around 2,000, 1,500, makes a lot of sense now. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So today tumeguza kila kitu na msitukuje wa Kenya, hata si niko na loan. As I'm speaking here, I have a loan. Yeah, Mshwari, not a big loan. Yeah, niko na loan ya Mshwari, man. Guys,
we're gonna work on it. People now are looking at me and they're like, she's a financial advisor. Why do you have Mshwari? Why don't ban my? Don't ban. I need to book that consultation.
I am booking, guys. The next time you see me and Jane, I've reformed fully, but I will not have Mshwari. And I love it because when we did in January, we were all here setting goals, and we are here to tell people, because I said we are accountability partnering ourselves to be better and to learn how to be free in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
So what does financial freedom mean to you?
Oh, to me.
Yes, to you, Jane.
Okay. To me as Jane now, away from the financial advisor kind of a thing, for me, financial freedom is where I'm able to live the life that I really want without having to work. That means my investments are paying my bills, they are paying for my traveling, they are paying for my any other expenses that I have. And that's my goal. I'm looking at passive income by the time I get to 50. I don't want the whole aspect of like I have to go to work every day. Like right now, guys, the way it's not hot. It's not hot here in Mombasa or in Nairobi.
I know.
I mean, like we need to adjust. Like let me tell you, there's a lot to offer in this life, and I want people to just have this conversation and try to see it. And I know few people maybe have seen it. If you go to the internet and maybe search maybe the wealthiest people, maybe houses, cars, you're going to identify that we really have people who are really having the money. And at that particular point, you can ask yourself, why not me? And at that point, that's when you realize that at some particular point, maybe there's a system that you have not identified and you're leaving it a lot of money on the table as Anita, and you would be able to afford that lifestyle. So for me, financial freedom, I don't have to work. And if I have to work, I'm working because I'm having fun.
Oh,
and not because I have to pay my bills. Thank you.
If you're having fun, you're not working. You're just having fun. And the money is just coming.
Passion.
You see how
like right now I would be in Dubai because it's quite
I hope our next session we're in Dubai, man. Let's claim and work towards it because it's very possible.
Exactly.
It's very possible.
Now, there's just a thought that has crossed my mind. At what point would someone now say, hey, enye nimeshindwa, I'm now declaring bankruptcy? At what point, and would you advise someone to declare bankruptcy?
Yes. In cases where you are maybe in a lawsuit, or maybe in cases where you have financial responsibilities that you have to take, and you need to communicate either to the authorities, either to people, to your loved one, maybe to your employers and everything like that. So if it is required by law or by another third party, it's okay to declare that you're bankrupt. But now, at what particular point you are declared bankrupt is whenever anything that you own as Anita goes, anything that you owe goes over and above whatever you own. So for example, let's say your net worth goes to maybe to a negative 10 million. That means that you have borrowed over and above what you own. Because we are going to look at your hair, we are going to look at your clothes, how much they worth, watches, cars, whatever asset you have, whatever savings you have. And then now we are going to look at how much do you owe. If it goes to the negative, if your net worth is on the negative, that means you're bankrupt. Now, to declare it and to have it documented that this person is actually not right financially right now, and
point to the other side, say this person,
or the other person, or the other person. So now at that particular point is mostly when you are in a statutory maybe requirement, maybe you are going through a divorce or something close to that. Such documentation might be required for you to go through the process, but in most cases for your own benefit. And this is something I would want people to tell us. Do you actually know your net worth? Is it on the negative? Is it on the positive? Like how much are you worth? Do you actually know how to calculate?
I don't even know.
Ebu, come guys, I give you a calculator. I do have a calculator that you can be able to know how much you're worth. Yes.
Really? Oh, that's interesting.
More science of booking the session.
Yeah, we are. Please. That is awesome. Can someone get arrested though for declaring bankruptcy?
No.
So you want to mean nikiwa na deni mtu hawezi nipeleka kwa polisi?
You know what bankruptcy is? You owe more than you own. Like if you were to liquidify everything.
Point there. Stop pointing me.
If you were like to sell everything that you own or we own, you are left at a negative.
Oh no.
That means everything. You know what everything is. Even your plates, even your clothes, even everything, yes. Wow. So that means that even if you were to sell everything else, we would not be able to recover the debts, and that's the bankruptcy. But these policies in Kenya, they're not that big. But you can save your situation because most of us don't owe more than maybe we own, because there's the lending policies. Most of the time you'll find maybe someone who earns around 20,000, they can only Fuliza 500, they can only Tala branch 200, 2,000, small money. So most of the time you're going to find you're never on there. But I know it happens with those people on the higher classes.
And we've always been threatened about being put on that, what is CRB list? Gosh, let me see.
The way you're saying it, the way you're saying it, it's just like, it's
like, why are they threatening people?
CRB is actually like, it's actually being listed that you are a defaulter. That means if you were to go for a serious credit somewhere else, let's say you have a project and you need to fund it, and they want maybe a CRB clearance to know if these investors can fund you, you can lose that opportunity. So that's why they try to tell you that now you are on CRB, so that other people who are going to lend you can be able to see, when they go to the CRB, they can be able to see, actually Jane owes this amount of money, they refuse to pay this and this entity. So that's the whole point. And it's actually important to clear yourself from there in case you're that kind of, as I said, if you're that kind of a person who is more and passionate about financial freedom, because in one way it's going to catch up. But if you're a person who is okay with the bare minimum, that's okay also. Life doesn't have a manual. I actually came to learn, like, allow people to live the way they want. Don't force people to be financially free, to invest, to buy cars, to do. No, let them be. It's just life. That's them. That's where they want to get their purpose to. Let people be what they really want. But if you feel like you need to work and do more on your financial freedom journey, it's actually quite important to make sure that you have the freedom.
Wow. So I feel like I've covered everything about these loans and debts and left and right and center. So what's your parting shot, Mama?
I think the last thing that I would want to let Kenyans know, I know that we are actually in a situation where even our country has a lot of debts, and I think it starts from there. And you are going to even find people saying Kenya is on a loan, so why?
Mine?
But I want to tell you the costs or the implications of actually having these loans is more expensive than you not having them. Like the mental health, the whole thing of these people nagging you, calling you, your reputation at stake. Exactly. Like it's a lot of stress, and this might even affect your mental health. It might bring a lot of conflict even in your family setup. Might even affect how you produce as Anita, because you are not able to be a full package. You have a lot of things bothering you. And now this is where I tell people financial freedom is like just seeing the light. Have you ever been in a very toxic place and then now you have seen like you just identify what you can be able to do to get out of that situation. So my whole point is to tell you that financial freedom is not easy, but it's also not hard, but it's a worth it thing to take. It's actually worth it to have your money in place, and you don't have to go to the extravagance. It's just starting where you are as a person and just identifying that. And help is out there. You can be able to see content on YouTube. People are talking about money every day. You can do it on yourself. We have people who are consulting like myself, where you can have conversations around money. So
tell them about your YouTube channel as well and where they can find you.
So guys, I'm also a content creator. As I do financial advisory. So you can find me on all social media platforms as Jane the Financial Advisor, and I actually consult and help people on this financial matter. So make sure to book your consultation, and we get this financial freedom thing moving on.
And you don't only do debts, you also do investments, you do everything money. Welcome to the Billionaires Club, yo. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anita.
Thank you so much, Jane. It's always a pleasure. We are always laughing. As much as it's a serious matter, you always make it easy to talk about.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for coming. For those at home, remember to like, share, subscribe. Come on, guys, just share this video with someone. Jane has spent so much time here to tell us about how to become financially free, and we really do appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, and bye, guys. Mwah. Bye.